All right, some time has passed, like a good half an hour. You might have to wait the next day to carve into your slab, but I'm gonna carve a little bit away. Let's zoom in. When I look at my image that I'm using, I wanna carve away where the very background would be, and that's this little bit right here. For you, I think this is a choice, but I want that background to look farther away. And so that's kind of where the horizon line is, like where the sky touches the ground. If I would have gone with this bottom image of Norway, you can't see in my drawing where the sky touches the ground, but you would assume it's somewhere here. So then I'd carve probably that much away. So my clay is leather hard, which means it's good for carving. I'm going to use my needle tool, and I'm just going to draw in this line of the lake. Probably be right about here. So I'm going to carve all of this. I'm going to carve out a little bit. I'm not going to carve till I hit the board here, but I want to carve out a little bit just so it looks like the sky and it looks like it's farther away. Using my loop tool, and it's carving pretty good. So again, I'm just going down a little bit. I want to keep it even. That's probably going to be the challenging part. To not carve too deep. Your extra clay you can either keep to use, or sometimes I put it like in my slip container. And I'm using a loop tool that has like sharp edges. I don't want to use the circle because I have sharp edges here, and I want to keep that square shape and that outside line. So if you don't have a loop tool like this in your toolkit, asking a neighbor would be helpful. You can look in the drawers in the back. But as long as it has a flat edge, it should work for you. Now, as I'm carving, my slab, is getting softer as I dig deeper, so I'm just trying to take my time here. Okay, I'm gonna go around the edge and make sure it's where I want it to be, like the deepness of it. And then I'll take the time to smooth out the inside. Now, let's say you accidentally carved too deep. Do you have to start over with your slab? The answer is no. You can easily patch a hole by scoring and slipping. It's the beauty of clay. Okay, I have carved out what I need to. I'm gonna use my sponge, it's a little bit of water, just get it kind of damp. And first, I think I'm gonna pay attention to these, the edges of the Polaroid. Just kind of maybe using my fingers to smooth those and crisp up those lines that I once had. Up the inside here, I went around the edges, and I still can fix some of that if I want to. If I want to sharpen up like some of those lines, I can do that. Well, and then this clay, it's still like not really smooth on the inside. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my sponge, I'm gonna get it damp, not soaking wet. And I'm gonna use my sponge to smooth out that background. Now, it's okay if there's still a little texture. I'm gonna be adding clay in there. And I'm gonna reference my photo again. I'm gonna go ahead and add this tree line in first, because that's my background. And right here, this is kind of that tree line. It's really rough right now, but I'll be able to mold it and add things as I build. And so I know it's gonna kind of go right around here. So spot there. So I'm gonna score and slip where I need to. And I kind of just took a guess. You could be more careful and more particular. I'm gonna score the bottoms here. Actually, I think I'm gonna score and attach as we go. You only have to add slip to one side, so you can decide what that is. Kind of push and kind of wiggle it down. And now I'm just gonna use my fingers to kind of smooth these together so they all kind of look like one piece. This is also where modeling tools come in handy. Like the wood tools. We also have, they look different than my personal ones, but we also have tools with these rubber ends. I also really like them for smoothing like my clay together, because they can reach down into these like crevices that I can't quite get to. And so if you want to borrow one of those, you have to come check them out for me. But you're more than welcome to do that. Yeah. I could also, if I wanted like a little bit more clay added, like right here, there's a seam. I could just score, take a tiny bit of clay, score this piece, like add it over the top, and then smooth it in. Kind of all on your preference, it all depends on what you are trying to make. I just know in my photo, like all the trees, like there's a bunch of trees back here, but they all kind of look like they are one tree. I might kind of carve some clay away to get more of the shapes that I want. Anyway, this is gonna take me some time. So I'm gonna, I'll come back to that. My next step, my